The obvious role of local governments like Charlotte County is to manage and deliver quality services such as public health, building and maintaining roads, and providing amenities such as parks and libraries.
Charlotte County provides services to residents every day, but when disaster strikes, that's when we really have to step up our game and provide those services at a critical time for residents when they're in stressful situations, their property's damaged, their roads are underwater, any number of disasters that strike, and that's when we really have to make sure our communication is on top of its game and letting people know what's happening, where it's happening, and how they're supposed to react.
Brian Gleason is the county's Communication Manager and Public Information Officer, or PIO for short. During and after a natural disaster like the February 2016 tornado that swept through our county, one of Gleason's many responsibilities includes providing media outlets with current and up-to-date information about damage and the county's response.
During an activation or any kind of emergency event, the media is our best friend. They can get the word out to as many people as possible in as short a period of time that we just couldn't do if we had to do phone calls or social media or mailings. So it's important to have that relationship with the media.
Gleason says it's always important for the county to have communication with residents.
In addition to media, the county provides information on its website, www.charlottecountyfl.gov, and on social media too. Our Facebook page, our Twitter feed, Instagram.
During and after a storm, Gleason is also responsible for coordinating communication between the many county departments.
When we get activated, I serve as a liaison between the Emergency Management Office and the administration so that they know what's going on in the EOC, and EOC knows what's going on with the direction from the administration.
Over in the Emergency Operations Center, staff work hard to stay prepared and mitigate for any possible storm damage.
Mitigation and preparedness go hand in hand. Mitigation means doing something tangible that will reduce the impacts when a disaster occurs. Putting shutters on a building, for example, or making sure that you've acquired the necessary supplies or equipment. Now, preparedness, in my experience, is more about preparing the mind. Preparing yourself to protect your family, your home, your pets, yourself. And when I say that, that means paying attention and taking the guidance.
Wayne Saladay is the former County Emergency Management Director. Under his leadership, our Emergency Management Department became nationally accredited by the Emergency Management Accreditation Program and has had many opportunities to put their training into use.
The old nursery rhyme, Humpty Dumpty, really says it best. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. Well, that's not the case in disaster management and emergency management. You've got to put your community back together again.
Saladay says his former department and the county were put to the test when Hurricane Charlie hit our area.
Punta Gorda became a national symbol of resilience. They established the Team Punta Gorda, and they really did it right. And that was what we coined urban renewal by disaster. Now, nobody prefers to do it that way, but if you have to, if it happens and you have to do it right.
Saladay points out that our community has a high turnover and growth rate, so many of our residents have never experienced a severe storm. And that's why it's very important to heed the warnings provided by the county's Emergency Management Department.
And if we tell you to take cover or to evacuate, which is the ultimate protection, we're not messing around. It's not something that we take lightly by any stretch of the imagination. It's a very, very well thought out consideration in which we've consulted with the best experts in the world to get the information as to what may be coming to our community.
When our county is damaged by severe weather, the building department also jumps into action. Immediately after the February 2016 Deep Creek tornado, Ben Bailey, the Charlotte County building official, responded to the neighborhood.
After a storm, our main duty is to check the damage of the structures around the county to make sure that they're safe.
The information collected by Bailey and his inspectors is also passed on to the state. That information is used to help determine whether or not state officials will declare a state emergency, which may help the state qualify for federal disaster relief. Bailey says his department also plays another vital role during the rebuilding phase of the storm's aftermath.
Typically after a storm, we have a flood of contractors swarm the scene because they want work. So we're sure to get our licensing investigators out there to canvass the area to make sure that, one, they're getting permits for the work being done, and to make sure they're properly licensed. We do have a lot of unlicensed contractors come in from out of state that will prey upon the elderly and take advantage of them. So we're sure to protect them.
County staff also work to expedite the permitting process for residents who are repairing storm damage.
Typically, after a storm event, if they come in and tell us this was part of a storm damage repair, we will expedite those permits so there's no waiting on our side. Instead of taking 2 weeks to get a permit, they'll be done in a few days. So, and sometimes those are over-the-counter permits depending on the type of work. So we do expedite permits to make sure that they're getting back on their feet.
One of our county's main goals is to help prevent loss of lives due to severe storms. One way we do this is by providing important information directly to your cell phone based on your location.
And what it means when that phone says take cover immediately, they're not kidding, because it has zeroed in, pinged, if you will, on a cell tower very close to where they are. It doesn't matter where the phone is from, it's where you physically are sitting at the time. And if it says take cover now, I would heed that warning.
In order to help spread the warning messages to the public, Charlotte County uses Alert Charlotte, a warning system that allows customers to pick and choose what notifications they want and how they want to receive them.
To register, go to www.alertcharlotte.com and enter your information to get emergency notifications on road conditions, weather, even mosquito spraying in your neighborhood. You can choose whether you want to get your information by text, on your phone, or by email.
Whether it's making preparations to weather a storm or responding to the aftermath of a storm or other emergency, Charlotte County staff work hard to protect residents and visitors. Reporting for CCTV, I'm Todd Dunn.